Walker Ince, the former voice of Dex, has been replaced by Corbin White.
As the four of us follow Captain Arnhart to begin our exams, I can't help but get butterflies in my stomach. What if I fail? Will I be going right back home to be useless? Or will they set me up in some unimportant role such as a cook? I know Captain Arnhart said in his speech that all positions matter. But I can't help but feel that Dragon Mortars make the greater impact. All the rest just feel like support for them.
Everyone, I'd like you to meet Helix Hamden. Close friends of his call him HH. The first part of the exam is a written one, so he will go over everything with you and then test you at the end. Fail, and you won't make it to the physical part of the exam. So, pay very close attention.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Helix, as your captain said. Hopefully soon you'll be able to call me HH. If the four of you would take a seat, I'll be passing out the first portion of the study we will be going over, which is all about launching. So what is a Dragon Mortar? A Dragon Mortar is a soldier who was trained to fight dragons in the air. They are launched into the air as a four-man squad where they will do proper and strategic combat. So now that the papers are all passed out, I'll have you read it out loud starting from left to right. So that means you. Go ahead and start us off.
Oh, okay. Launching. Launching is the phase where your four-man squad awaits to be launched to the target via the HMO-2. The HMO-2 is known as the Human Mortar version 2, and it is capable of launching a person up to 300 miles per hour into the air.
Okay, great. You, continue.
Normally, most men would not be able to handle the force at which the HMO-2 launches them at, but thanks to an invention made from the dragon's bone marrow, this is now possible without appropriate G-force training.
Okay, next.
Right. During the launch phase, you are to keep your hands in your launching lane at all times. Each lane has a high-powered magnet which keeps you tethered until launch. The vow to vanquish dragon salute is to be said each time before launching. This concludes the launching segment.
Very good. Before we move on to the next section, are there any questions?
Sure, I have a question. How does the bone marrow of dragons help protect against high speeds?
Good question. I'm no scientist, but from what I know is that the bones of dragons contain a certain substance which helps them handle the force of extreme speeds. We've somehow harnessed that substance to make it also possible for our gear to offer the same benefits. Any more questions? Alright, then let's proceed. You're next.
Alrighty. In-air designations. There are 4 different positions each Dragon Mortar holds. First is the Dropper. The Dropper is usually the leader of the squad and is responsible for baiting the dragon into a pattern where the Upman can take a clear shot. The Upman is responsible for taking out the dragon via a high-powered sniper rifle due to the efforts of the Dropper.
Great, and we start all over back to you.
After a successful launch, the Upman releases his parachute early, in which he then puts together his sniper rifle, followed by using his parachute device known as the floater to maintain an appropriate height away from the dragon. The Upman's gear is different from the others. Whereas the others have gear to maneuver throughout the air, the Upman has gear that helps him stay stationary in the air.
Next.
The next 2 positions are known as the Wingmen. They are responsible for supporting the Dropper and is also the Upman's last line of defense should the dragon decide to attack him. There are 4 crucial tools that the Dragon Mortars use to kill a dragon. A collar, a device which emits a high-frequency sound to bait the dragon. D10 knives. A short knife which has explosive D10 embedded within the handle. These knives have a remote detonation.
That's all. Next.
The blinding flare. A flare that is usually shot at a dragon in close proximity to limit his amount of vision. The effects of this only last 5 to 10 seconds depending on the dragon and his speed at the moment of impact. Gliders. The gliders are worn by 3 of the 4 Dragon Mortars, the Dropper and the 2 Wingmen. The gliders are a Dragon Mortar's wings which helps him maneuver throughout the air. It also houses their parachutes.
That concludes our segment on in-air designations. Any questions?
Yes, how exactly does the Upman help set up the shot?
Those questions will be answered later in the segment called Soaring. We have a lot more to get through until then.
HH wasn't joking when he said we had a lot more to cover. The four of us have taken the written exam, so now we're just waiting while Captain Arnhart and HH go over the answers. Even if we get most of the answers right, Captain Arnhart still has the full power to fail us. I guess it depends on which ones we get wrong. Maybe some wrong answers are worse than others. How do you guys think we did?
So-and-so. I'm pretty sure I got quite a lot wrong from the soaring section about the Upman. He has so many responsibilities in the air that it's crazy.
Yeah, the Upman section got me too.
I can quite confidently say that I'm pretty sure I've got 100%.
Wow, Benny, 100%? You got a photographic memory or something?
Figured the weakling would get 100% on the written part, seeing as how he's going to get 0% on the physical part.
Don't underestimate me, Aaron.
Oh shit. Benny's talking big now, guys. What, you tired of being called weak?
Go get burnt, Aaron.
I have some news for you all. It seems as though all four of you have passed the written exam.
Woo-ha! Oh yeah! One step closer to making dragon stew!
Dragon stew?
Oh, well, it was a figure of speech. What I mean by that is, we about to kill us some dragons!
Don't celebrate just yet. Now we move on to the physical exams. Go and enjoy a 2-hour lunch. Then meet me back here before noon. We will start then.
Since we had a 2-hour break, me and the guys went exploring around Highton. To our surprise, they had a fitness center, a rec room, and all kinds of neat stuff we didn't even know about. Of course, it's exclusive to Dragon Mortars. I guess it's to keep them fit and keep their spirits up. With what the job they have, they definitely need that. After all our exploring and enjoying a decent lunch, we head back up to meet with Captain Arnhart to start the physical exam. What's that?
It's a dragon alarm. A dragon is attempting to attack Highton. You four follow me. I've got to get you safe.
Get us safe? But we are safe at Highton, right?
Yes, of course. But it is still protocol during a dragon attack to get all non-combats to the protective sector. Hurry. We need to go now.
Captain Arnhart took us to what was known as the protective sector. We were told it was the safest place inside AD SOB. I don't know what made it safer than any other part of the building, though.
Man, this sucks. I'm gonna stay locked up in here, with all these people with looks of fright on their faces. Your employees and families at Dragon Mortars, for goodness sakes, why don't you all grow a pair?
They're just afraid now, Aaron. Ain't nothing wrong with being afraid. Hell, sometimes being afraid will save your life.
You guys hear that?
Yep, a sound that's all too familiar.
That's truly a frightening sound. To be able to hear it from here.
Yeah, the one that killed my family made me feel as if my ears could have fell off.
Hey, Dex. I don't think you were in the room with us when we first came here and gave our stories.
Nope, sure wasn't. I would have remembered you guys. I was in a different one.
What's your story? Why are you here?
My story isn't anything special. I'm just a cowboy at heart who wants to even up the odds against dragons. I come from a small farm in the city of Huntingdale, just inside of Rangers region. Now my mom's, you see, she saved all these old Western movies on Stormagrid.
A Stormagrid? Wow. Those things are old.
You think a Stormagrid is old? Try a DVD disc. My mom has plenty of them.
Damn, now that's old. Well, anyways, as I was saying, she kept all these old Western movies on a Stormagrid, and I'd go through every single one of them, just loving every minute. The main thing that got me in every movie was the lone cowboy pod. A hero that's out adrift, just looking to see where he can make life better for somebody. It may not always start out that way. He may have his own wants, his own fears, but in the end, it always comes down to him doing right by the people, using his talents to save lives. What's awesome about this, though, is that I don't have to be a lone ranger. I got you guys. We are a team, and we are most definitely gonna do right by our people.
Lately I've been thinking about the way my life's been going, and all the things I used to know I don't seem